Good evening, good afternoon, good day, depending on where you're at. Hope everyone's well. Welcome to Thursday, everyone. We've almost made it to the weekend, so huzzah for that. Welcome to Poland, or at least virtual Poland. I'm going to start off here in Warsaw. And we're going to make a few stops at places I can't pronounce. But we'll start here at Echo Papa Whiskey Alpha. We'll head almost due north to Echo Papa Sierra Yankee. From there we'll turn northwest to Echo Papa Golf Delta. And then we'll head due west for our final stop at Echo Papa Delta Alpha. And that's going to probably be the most challenging landing of the evening, especially with the Mooney, because I looked at the satellite and it's a very small runway. But what's life or flight simming without a little challenge? So let's say hello to the folks in chat patiently waiting. We have Red Dragon CYN with a follow on Twitch. Many thanks, my friend. Tortuga's here. Good evening to you. Allison's here. Good to see you. How you doing? Wayland's here. Greetings to you as well. Seamus, hello to you as well. Noel K is here. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Ed Reed is here. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing all right. Catbat9 is in the chat. Good to see you. Fly Darren. Hey. Bad Dog is here. Good to see you. Hope you're well. So yeah, current weather settings are in the sim is scattered clouds, and the time should be right around 8 in the morning. So we're going to take something out that I don't fly an awful lot, but a lot of people absolutely adore. We're going to fly the Mooney. I know, I'm flying the Mooney. Who would have guessed? So if you see a generic plane, when you think you shouldn't see a generic plane, well, that's because I'm running a blue and gold livery available on flightsim.to that I did link in the Two Tone Murphy Discord channel. Tortuga is flying the CJ4 from Berlin to Warsaw now. 20 minutes to go. Wanted to test out the new VNAV system in about. Nice. I do like the Mooney, but I don't know. I fly other things. Jay Winniker's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Welcome to virtual Poland. So you may be asking yourself, well, gee, Colonel, the F-15 came out today. Why aren't you flying that? I have a plan, and that'll be coming soon. So don't worry, the F-15 will be there. So but we were having quite the crack earlier today with the newly released F-15 from DC Designs, available on Just Flight. And we were having a blast to the point where I neglected to eat breakfast until about an hour ago. And, pardon me, I had to say, I need to stop. I need to eat. I have a stream here in about an hour. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. We are also running on JoinFS again, because just kind of putting it through its paces, it's easier for me to test it on my stream than it is, per se, Murphy on his. which is just fine. So with that all being said, how about we get this party started? So get in the cockpit here. I'm gonna turn that bad boy off. Well, we'll put the pilot in the pilot seat so it doesn't look like, you know, it's a ghost plane. Shut the door. And we'll hide the tablet. So, mixture and prop, bottle cracked, parking brake set, rolls free and unlocked. So, alternator, battery, beacon, and mags to both. Clear prop. Sure, the engine is idling between 900 and 1,000 RPMs. Now, the one thing, I'll turn the avionics on, taxi, and have lights on. I always get confused on this. Boy, that's touchy. So we have that armed, I think. Ian Lafford is in. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Kingsman, good evening to you as well. Hope you're all well. Turn the flight director on. Get that set. He was earlier. Turn that to GPS. So we're letting the engine warm up just a tidbit. While we get ready for initial taxi for the departure runway. Only 116 days until the Eurovision. So, Flight Darren says put the flight director on first. It is on now. So, we're going to go ahead and begin our taxi. Well, hope you enjoy the flight, Ed. Should be a interesting one. I haven't flown in Poland yet, and I figured, why not? There's no time like the present. We're gonna end up with a slight left quarter tailwind, but it's a light tailwind, so we should be just fine. Video 07 re-downloaded MSFS 2020 on my new external SSD and can't find the USA East Coast on the menu. Even though that's interesting. I don't know. I know the servers are kind of screwy, especially getting ready for the big update next week. Only thing I can think of to try is to go into the general settings, data, turn off multiplayer, and then turn it back on. That might resolve some issues. we're slowly wandering our way down to runway 11. Gonna have a lovely sunrise departure. We are running some freeware scenery for for here in Warsaw for our first and second stops, and there wasn't one available for our third stop. So I'm going to taxi into position and hold. Strobe lights are going on. Parking light brake on. Taxi light off. Landing light on. We're going to go over here and close that little window. And we're going to make sure we've got everyone coming down for a takeoff. Well, we got Darren, Glum Tapestries in the air. Tortuga is off in the distance. Allison is up and going around. Gotcha. So we're going to go ahead and take off then. So slowly add power into the airplane. Going to one nacho flaps. That's not the button I wanted. There we go. And we're up. Positive rate. Tap on the brakes. You're coming up. Oh, maybe issues with YouTube chat. Well, that's annoying. I will fix that momentarily. That is not what I want, actually. So we're going to go ahead and draw back on that. Trying to multitask here, so bear with me. There, I've got it. I've got a solution. It's an imperfect solution, but it's working for now. Roger that, Murph. So we're just gonna kind of fly along the city for right now, while we circle the wagons. And we're gonna check out the sights. Murph's gonna hop on VR, so he's gonna be cool. A little on the quiet side. That's fine. That's really interesting. I look out of my window. I see Colonel Folk already in the air. I'm just circling the city right now. It is a Mooney Murph. Roger that, Kingsman. We're just gonna circle the city for a little bit, check it out a little bit. I'll try this. So look at that. It's got to be some sort of Capitol building. Scotland 737 project is in the check. Good evening to you, my friend. Ben McClure's here. Good to see you. Hey, hey. Isn't that a neat looking building? House of Culture and Science. Nice. So you see Wayland up and away. There's Bad Dog. We're just kind of circling right now, checking out the sights in the city. So don't feel like you're straggling behind. I just kind of got rolling. As Video 7 just subscribed at a tier 1, thank you, my dude. Do really appreciate that. Hope you enjoy content. Sorry, I missed last night's. Just look at the state of that sunrise. Did a lot of gawking at the scenery earlier today over Ireland, flying F-15s and with Murphy and a few other of the flying circus, and man, it never ceases to amaze me the beauty that this sim has. It's just absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, 15's over Ireland. Now there's a thing. Yeah, there's at least 3 of us plus a Eurofighter by the time I was getting off because I had to eat and get ready for the stream. So it's going to be a bundle of fun on JoinFS. Flying around. My first flight, I flew from RAF Lakenheath to Casement Aerodrome, and it took just over half an hour. And I went from ground level to 23,000 feet like nothing at full afterburner. It was crazy. A nice amount of scenery. Got a couple of tracks, it looks like. Absolutely beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and activate the autopilot and hope it works. I really do not like the autopilot controls in this. It's way too bloody sensitive. Too dirty, rotten. Every time. What's it doing now? It wouldn't be so bad if... Why couldn't they just use some other autopilot system that made sense? This is broken. Awful. And they made the clicking point way too small. It's stupid. I don't like this autopilot system. It's stupid. They need to fix that because it's so dumb. Good to hear that it's clear, Ed. Where did I get the F in? JustFlight.com. ECSA server, yes, Draco, or JoinFS, whichever you prefer, or both. It's a download from JustFlight.com. It's not going to be available in the in-sim marketplace for probably a couple of weeks. So it seems like the autopilot decided to cooperate, which is nice. We'll get some shots from the outside. So we're getting so closer to the weekend. One more day to go. We got an F-15 with us, boys and gals. We've been intercepted by NATO. Look at that. It's either Murph or Warhamster. That's where my money's at. But they're on JoinFS, which is why they don't have a name tag. But how cool is that? Scotland 737 project is on leg 7 of the tour of Asia, India to Bhutan. Nice. If Murph's ahead and that's not Murph, chances are that's probably Warhamster. That's where my money lies. Look at that. Matrog is now following over on Twitch. Many thanks, my friend. Hope you're well and enjoying the flight. We just took off from Warsaw. We're heading north here in Poland. We're on the East USA server as well as a JoinFS server. We had a flyby of from an F-15 just a moment ago. Not sim market, just flight. Such a beautiful countryside here in virtual Poland. We forgot to turn on the transponder, but that's okay. I think they'll forgive us. Maybe that's why the F-15 intercepted it. Wisdom SP is here, loading up now. Awesome. Can't wait to have you in the skies. We're gonna do something. Did they fix it? I think, as far as I know, it's just kind of gonna be a bug for a while. I think it has to do with just levels of detail and something. So I don't think Aeronautic have quite figured it out. We have noticed similar issues with the DC Designs F-15 that got released today. So there's probably inherent bugs somewhere. Who knows when they'll sort it out. The upside is it's not a critical thing. It sure is a little immersion breaking from time to time, but we got somebody, and money says that's an F-15. Do the other one, yeah. It is, but when you take into account the F-15, it comes with several liveries. It comes with 4 different variations of the F-15. It's a lot of fun, but it is an investment. I certainly enjoy it, and I find it worthwhile on my end, but Your mileage may vary. Yeah, 26 pounds. It was $41 US. So definitely not on the cheaper side, but it's a lot of fun and it's very well done. The sounds are amazing. I'm sure that Murphy will have a video on it or something here soon. Oh yeah, Murph was saying that it was pretty astounding, and it kind of puts you in the back of the seat in VR. We got another F-15. Druid. I'm sure he is. Once downloaded, it's straight into your flight sim. Yeah, right into the community folder, and it'll be good to go. It does have an installer, so it'll do all the installation for you. You don't have to move any folders. It just installs it right for you, so you should be good to go. Don't need to do anything to it. I was testing the F-15 at Edwards, and I started shooting. Very nice. Yeah, the F-15 is a real blast. You were the second F-15 so far to do a flyby, or fly past, however you prefer to say it. There's a streak of lightning now. I detect a hammy. We've about caught up with Red Dragon. But yeah, we'll get the F-15 on stream soon. I didn't do it today just because I need to get used to flying it before I, I make a fool out of myself enough. I don't need to do it with an F-15. We'll hide the horror. No. There's two of them. Oh dear. So we'll get back in the cockpit. Copy that, Ed. I do too, Wayland, but it is a lot of fun to throw around from time to time. My heart and soul will always be in the low and slow, but every now and then it's fun to have a laugh. Yeah, Allison, the chat's being stubborn, so don't feel bad. I've got I have 4 monitors essentially going between my main computer and my laptop. So I've got YouTube on one, Streamlabs on the other, and going back and forth, and it's a real hoot. And Poland is a lovely country, is it not? There's Fly Darren. I don't know what that was. Well, that was weird. It's intense. Gotcha. Yeah. No worries, Goblin. That's Draco. I thought I was doing my game ahead. Like I said, it's between my desktop and my laptop, so it's not like complete NASA, but it kind of feels like Johnson Space Center. Right click on the autopilot too. That's a negative, Ed. It might work with the GNS 530, but I don't think it worked. I tried it with the autopilot and it doesn't. Yeah, it's incredibly frustrating. We're about 33 miles out to our first destination. And no worries, Allison, it's just a lot of chat issue going on. Nah, not a problem though. I'm gonna give this another restart and see what happens. Time in sim is one moment. Time is 8:23 a.m. and we're on scattered clouds. Little bit of troubleshooting work. I love IT work while I'm doing a stream. Interesting. Aha! Posted 3 minutes ago. We are currently investigating an issue with streaming status not appearing correctly. No. That's... Oh, Sorry if anybody's been chatting and I've been not seeing it. I'm problem solving. Hey, it seems to work. Poland is beautiful, but the names are just... yeah. Hey! Chat's back working. Woohoo! I done a good. I'm smart. Happens once in a blue moon. Sweet. I love it when a plan comes together. I fixed the chat. That's why I'm happy. Sweet. I solved the chat issue. Woohoo! Absolutely stunning. That's a good question. Runway, Bible charts, Maxi aerodrome chart. Yeah, one runway. That's not one. Two, was it two? Curses. 29. Runway 29. Am I looking at the wrong airport? I'm looking at the wrong airport, aren't I? Where is Sim Toolkit Pro going? EPSY, okay. That's what it should be. Aha! Oh, Sim Toolkit Pro, you silly goose. You're going to the wrong airport. That's the question. Where's my GPS taking me? Okay, my GPS is right. Stream title's right. I did a dumb. That's okay. EPI. More than one way to skin a cat. Not that I would skin a cat, but that's the saying. Yeah, yeah, let's go with runway 19 via left downwind. That sounds like a good plan. No, yeah, in the stream overlay, that's incorrect. That's going to stop number 2 instead of stop number 1. So I did a goof. So flight planning. Now let's do this. Let's do flight controls. No, let's do. Let's see. R T key update. I always miss something. Flight plan. Now it should be right. Momentarily. Hey, there we go. I'm just a silly McSilly pants. Speaking of which, let's get ready for landing since we're already almost there. So I'll do my best to get down first. Well, it seems like there's already some friends ahead. There's a Murphy. Scud running. Taking a wide approach so you should get down first. Awesome to know, Allison. Let's lose some speed here, why not? Goodness. Little nose up, we'll bleed off some speed. But what is Streamlabs? Streamlabs allows some automation with the chat between commands. Helps me do donation stuff, notifications of subscriptions and follows, and that fun stuff. Goblin is in the Seminole. There's Boy Art, so 1 notch flaps in. Go ahead and lower the London gear. Tortuga and Catbat are down. Nacho flaps. Man, I've been solving all kinds of issues. I'm happy. Throttle. S notch. Bit of a short final. Kind of going halfway sterile cockpit up, apologize. We got an F-15 flying over as we turn on to final. Vanille. Tree. A nice little airfield in the middle of nowhere, Poland. That's unfortunate. Sorry to hear that, my dude. Start the round out. Throttle 0. Slightly nose up. We're down. 92, that's pretty average. Spoilers out. Get us under 40 knots. And look at the deviation and the elevation in it. So unless we can find a taxiway here, I'm gonna do some reckless abandon. Parking brake set. There's Red Dragon inbound. Someone overflying the runway. So runway 19 cleared for landing. Red Dragon is in. There's our Bruschetta in. There's a Caravan for Bad Dog. There's Draco. Shouldn't be too long. Went wide and long. No worries, Allison. And it is blustery outside of my window. There's Wayland. Allison with the afterburner. Fly Darren's in. Allison, massive storms there yesterday. I can believe it. We don't have the storm. The sun's actually shining, which was a huge surprise to me, but the winds have picked up quite a bit. There's Glum Tapestry. Good to see you, my dude. There's USA PR1. And that runway is about as wavy as a potato chip. I'm talking Ruffles potato chips. It's raining in Islands. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, we get a season like that too. But we tend to get different mix of it than y'all. My goodness. Random attack of a Draco, I'm going to try to get the second round up and Roger that, Draco. Best of luck. Pardon me. See Kingsman inbound. War Hamsters in. Wayland's off for the night. Enjoy Poland. We will. Glad to have you along. You have a great night. I'm eyeballs deep in paperwork, computer based, and ragings are oof. Hope it's going well. Might pick a bottle of wine on the way home and crash the F-15 into a carry forward. Yeah, I have a feeling I'll be playing around with the F-15 this evening after the stream as well. So Kingsman and Allison should be inbound. There's Allison. Saw Kingsman fly overhead just a moment ago. Evening, Colonel Fork. Where are you guys right now? I am Biggles. I am on the East US server, and I'm also on the Two Tone Murphy JoinFS server. So one of those should get you connected. Kingsman is just doing circuits. Roger that. Once Allie gets down, I'm gonna go refill my water bottle because water is important. There's Kingsman. Don't worry about it, Allison. You're good. I saw you on final. Don't worry about it. Don't feel bad. It's all about the relaxed atmosphere, so no worries. Heard somebody fly overhead. There's Allison. Nicely done, Allison. So, whilst we look at the, well, let's not just look at the ground. Let's actually look at something pretty. I'm going to go grab some water. I'll be right back. Alright. Let's get this show back on the road. What do you think? Okay. Parking brake off. Strobe lights off. Landing lights off. Taxi on. No white line, huh? I do have a third-party airport installed for this one, the next one, and the first one. So, there's that. Definitely not the flattest taxiway I have seen. You're taxiing quite quickly. But we got places to be. On the upside, it's a lot of rolling hills. C2-tone has a cloaking device. It's possible depending on what he's flying. You know, the Focke-Wulf Piaggio P149 has issues. Oh, oh dude, that's a big bump. That's a big bump. That's a big bump. That's a big bump. Ooh, saw that bump in time. That was a straight up curb. And there went Flight Sim. Looks like I'm getting a restart too there, Allison. As soon as you said it. As soon as you said it. Ooh, that's not good. That's weird. Yeah, I kind of expected a certain amount of I don't know what the right word is, but interference while Microsoft gets ready for the big update next week. Oh, don't take it too personal, Allison. I have those nights where I feel like I'm the bug. yeah, ever since I updated it. There hasn't been an update for AMD GPUs technically since November. They released some optional drivers in December, and I've thought about rolling back to October drivers just to see, because they worked fine back then. Roger that, Mr. Winokur. Loading simulator 2021 Blue Line Simulator. Yes, runway. So, scattered clouds from that's why. Archer EPDA Darlowo. I'm not. Well, I just tried it. It wasn't going well. Please, hello. Thank you. Yeah. Why? It's hard to say what the issue was. I didn't get an AMD error, which is a decent sign. It didn't take out OBS, which is even better. I was probably just trying to click too many buttons. Those. Good to there. It's on. Transparent ground. Okay, so. MSFS, flight director. MSFS. Okay. Co-pilot, go away. Alright. Let's try this again. Come on. Notch of flaps in. Okay, strobe lights on, taxi lights off, landing lights on. Get to use the whole runway, so we're going to use the whole runway. Turn around. Right eye. We'll add power. Gotcha. We'll keep an eye out for you. We're up, positive rate. We're gonna tap on the brakes. Gear coming up. Gear up. The flaps up. Dial back. Throttle already. We'll start a casual left-hand turn. Nice hole-in-the-wall airport. We're getting near the coast of the Baltic Sea. That's one thing I did not change. Autopilot. Or the autopilot. That. See a Murph, we see blinking lights, we don't know what he's flying though. Has goblins back, good to see it. There's Biggles, good to see you. Success, YouTube on 27-inch and flight sim loading on the 3rd June. Nice. I am also on JoinFS, or at least I was. I didn't click the simulator button. Now I am. So we're going to go ahead and say engage. Goblin is in a Seminole. Lovely airplane. See, I think I enjoy the Seminole more than I enjoy the Mooney. I don't hate the Mooney, I don't dislike the Mooney. I like the Mooney a lot. I wouldn't have gotten it otherwise. But I think I just like the Seminole a little bit better. And between the 182, the Seminole, and the Mooney, I like the 182 the most, but I'm also kind of a big Cessna fan. Where are you going? Airplane decided, I want to go this way. And I said, no. But at least I think I figured out the autopilot for now. I don't need to mess with the vertical speed until I've got the autopilot engaged. So I was doing the order of operations in the wrong order. But I think I got it now. I really like the Seminole since I don't have the Baron with the addition I bought on this. That's fair. And honestly, between the Baron and the Seminole, I prefer the Seminole, hands down. The autopilot's weird, but I can live with it. When it comes to the whole glass cockpit stuff, it's just, I'm a fan of steam gauges. It's what I'm used to. I think the information's a lot easier to find. But yeah, I think I like the Seminole a lot more than the Baron. Oh dear. We're just gonna stay in the cockpit for a minute. Oh, wow. First AMD GPU C2. Oof. I feel your pain. At least we got some upbeat music. Hopefully that cheers up a little bit. Hey chat, and just home from work joining in. Hope everyone's having a great day. My day's been pretty darn good, Kevmo. Good to see you. Happy you're able to join in. We just took off from Echo Papa Sierra Yankee on our way to Echo Papa Golf Delta. What are you doing? Ha, there you go. Pardon me. Got so many things running. Gotta keep track of them all. So we're on our way to the shores of the Baltic Sea. Here in northern Poland. Technical here, Mooney time. Yeah, I do like the Mooney. It's fast, but it's just sometimes or most of the time I prefer something a bit slower, but a little faster than the 172, and that's why I go to tend to default to the 182. Cup of time for Catbat. Thanks. Oh my. Yeah, it still doesn't like that. Slow it down a little bit. Now, you'll have to pardon my ignorance, but I'm making an assumption that when people say a cuppa, that means like a cup of tea, or something, or a tasty beverage of some kind. Slang I'm not by nature familiar with. Aha! I assumed correctly. It's a shame I'm not a fan of tea. I have water. And beyond that, I have a little bit of Dr. Pepper that I spoil myself with. And I shouldn't, because it's bad for me. It tastes so good. Many thanks, Seamus. Tea-based life form. Well, according to Star Trek, or at least one of the creatures from Star Trek, we are ugly bags of mostly water. Thus, cockneys a cup of tea or a cup of splosh. Fair enough. But it's nice to know that my assumptions of slang from that area is at least on track with the understanding, so I can translate. Kingsman's loading back in. Awesome. We're in the cruise phase. Cup of Joe. Oh yeah. I could never get into coffee. I could never get past the smell. I'm kind of a lame person. I don't drink much alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't drink coffee. What do I have going for me in life? On nav mode. Could be on nav mode. Anyone have the Savage Cub Carbon Stole mod? I do not. I'll hold you to that, Allison. I don't think I could do that. I can barely. I can't drink coffee with sugar. I have to go to the gas station cappuccino, and that's basically glorified hot chocolate. That's true. I do fly. I've got flying going for me. I have quite the bevy of information when it comes to flying and history of flying. And why am I going so doggone fast? I don't want to go this fast. I want to go a reasonable amount slower, or this flight's going to be over before pretty well started. I mean, gosh, I like the Mooney. I like that it's fast, but come on. I put July in Poland. Nice light. Got a better idea. Do this. sometimes I get lost in the music, and I feel like I can hear it better than it comes off on stream, and sometimes it fits perfectly, and I get lost. But look at that view. It's just awesome. Zostris, Domtris. I'll get the name right eventually. It's nice to get up and fly and explore, share the experience with friends. Telling you, Flight Sim came out at the right time. For all the gripes we can give about it, it definitely, at least in my view, redeems itself. It's just it's done a lot of good for me personally, and a lot of us can share that sentiment. It's just what turned out to just be a lot of unpleasantness going on in the world. It was really the bright spot, and I quite thankful for everyone coming along and and I'm thankful to be a part of the community, and it's fantastic. I get to see places that I've never been to, and probably won't for quite some time. Meet new people, and it's just absolutely fantastic. It is kind of flat here. Yeah, Fly Darren, it's not just you. I like the lakes and I like the trees, but this part of Poland doesn't have a whole lot in the way of mountains. It kind of makes me think of the eastern side of Michigan. Flat. I definitely thought Poland would have a bit more terrain to it, but until you get to the southern part of it, it really doesn't. That's okay though. We keep along this trip, we'll end up in Germany, or we'll go across the Baltic Sea into Finland. If we really wanted to, or Sweden. Finland's the other way. End up in Holland. Holland's another place I'd like to tour. Well, the Netherlands. Oh, for sure, Draco. There will be. We're definitely doing Oshkosh, but there's definitely going to be a Firefly meetup in Ireland, and I want to be there. Those students are so much. Absolutely, Wisdom. Yeah. Magic Triple Eight's in the house. Good evening to you. Hope you're well. Happy Thursday. Hope your week is going well. I'm also T-based when flights up. Fair enough. Yeah, I always keep I think it's a 32-ounce water bottle next to me Well, pretty much whenever, because drinking water is good for me and I like it. Do Sullivan 12 is in the chat. Good to see it. Hope you're well. We're enjoying a nice, relaxing flight over Poland. We're kind of in a northwesterly direction, heading towards the Baltic Sea for stop number 2. It's murder trying to make tea and flying the walk. Yeah, you never know what you're missing with an autopilot until you don't have it and you're trying to do something you normally would. I'm flying the Mooney M20R Ovation. Along with the Fireflies. I'll try making tea in the Blair. When you drop the tea bag at the Blériot, you're not getting that back. Some lucky fella down in the woods below you is going to get a nice bit of tea. Yeah, flying the Waco last night down in New Zealand with Murph was a challenge in and of itself. Fun, don't get me wrong, with the mountains and all, but you add the real weather and it got real challenging, real fast. It seems to be Murph and an F-15 on our tail. Can see on in-map to JoinFS. NATO has heard that we were going to be flying, so they're checking us out. The mountains won, Murph's 0. Yeah, let's just say I was glad that I wasn't streaming last night because I was 0 for 3. It was rough, and I hit 0 for 3, and the third time I'm like, nope, I'm done with the real weather. I'm just gonna move ahead. I had enough. And that's after the stream in the Carolinas, Murph ended up belly up in the river. I guess, I don't know. I had to do something with the river. He'd be living in a van down by the river. Not that that sounds exciting by any stretch of the imagination, but if you get that reference, that's awesome. Now the question is, can an F-15 be flown slow enough to maintain formation with a Mooney, as we got dual technical coming through? Broke all kinds of physics trying to land a TV. I bet. In a van down by the river. I don't remember them things at all. Sounds made up. Sure, Murph. Sure. It's a free world. You can believe whatever you want. Allison, you don't need to remember that, Murph. We'll happily remember that for you. How true. How true. Please, so speed brake out, full flaps, and speed brake. Well, we'll see if Murph can do it. we're about halfway on the leg, so he's got time to try. He's already at 4,200 feet. Blast you, internet technology. We remember because we care. So NATO is definitely checking out the large formation of small airplanes flying over Poland. They're wanting to make sure that it's nothing malevolent. There's a $20 word for you. And going as fast as you do in an F-15 doesn't give you a whole lot of time to react to stuff. We remember because we care. Hey, you blew by me like I was a state so good. Yeah, it was Epic Fool. I think earlier today we were on having the crack with the F-15s, and someone decided to mention that I, Colonel Fork, am responsible for making sure Murph goes to bed on time, and it's like, I can't accept that responsibility, man. Because when you know it's 8 o'clock at night for me, it's 1 a.m. for Murph, and I'm gonna want to keep him up to fly with him, and that's so. Yeah, don't put me in responsible keeping him, having him get to bed at a good time, because it won't happen. Yeah, exactly, Allison. It's an uphill battle. We got two-tone Murphy flight of 2. And there went the 2. How awesome is that, though? Terrain. You know, the question has come up recently on social media, and especially outside of our little community. You know, why would someone, as Murph does the wing wave, people have been like, why would you put an F-15 into Microsoft Flight Simulator when there's DCS? Like, okay, I can see the point, I can see the logic behind it, but sometimes you just want to have fun flying a fighter jet and be able to fly wherever you want. You know, and that's one of the joys about flight sim is you get in an airplane that you dream about or you want to fly, and it's really cool or whatever, and you can fly over your house, you know, wherever in the world, and that's awesome. And everybody gets a different level of enjoyment out of any flight sim, really, and we just got to remember everybody can have fun in their own way, and that's fine. For sure, Winokur. It's awesome. It's something you have to hope today. Yeah. So fun story, Draco. One of the airport guys that my grandpa knew had a Cessna 210, and he was flying back to our airport from somewhere up north on 9/11. And the next thing he was just minding his own business flying south. Next thing he knew, he had a pair of F-16s on either side of him, and basically told him, "You need to land now," and he did, and had to drive the rest of the way home. It took me 3 days to learn how to start it. Yeah, and DCS does have a place, and it's fantastic, but you gotta learn all the systems. It's very hardcore, and that's great for a lot of people. Not great for a lot of other people. I'm practicing touch and goes in a supersonic Cub at EPSY. Oh dear. So we're 32 miles out in the Mooney. I think a supersonic Cub would basically be a missile. You can even see the window tint. So for all the folks watching at home, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's do a wing wave. Oh, the afterburner. It's so cool. Just mind the ground. I wonder if Jane's F-15 would work on a modern PC. As Murphy goes from sea level to 30,000 feet in no time flat. That's how you do space shuttle status. Chevy one, Fox Blue. I never could manage to get the full enjoyment out of Jane's F-15 because I never had the PC that could run it, and it was always disappointing because it sounded amazing. Yeah. Fly Darren. Murphy's Mooney is now sitting in a puddle of tears between the F-15 and the Waco. That's great. Draco, nothing like looking out of the cockpit and seeing two huge engines blocking night view. It's like having two Cessna strut. Yeah. I can't wait until we get a Skymaster, the Cessna 337 Skymaster. That's going to be amazing. Decent I got 2 of those. The non-force feedback sidewinders. So the real cheap ones. I have 2 of them, and they still work. I'm not allowed out tonight. My Mooney won't let me. Murph's in the Mooney doghouse. The force feedback center, I still have one of those, but it is old. Yeah. Oh, the serial port. Gosh. Well, I know that there's was it vertical simulations or vertical reality simulations made the TAC pack for FSX and Prepared that basically brought combat flight sim into FSX. I really hope they adapt it for this because I think they could do well with it. Mooney last spotted leaving New Zealand hangar with parts taken from Oahu. More news at 10. Yeah, Winokur, if you Google vertical simulations or vertical reality simulations TAC pack, you'll see what I'm talking about. I think the add-on's like $30. I never used it because it kind of came out in that period of time where I didn't have a decent enough computer to even run FSX, so it was kind of a period of sadness. So we're 18 miles out. I believe we can actually see it off in the distance. So we're going to do a straight-in approach. But Winokur, if by some chance you decide to invest in that because of the TAC pack, more power to you. You'd still be able to fly multiplayer with the JoinFS stuff. So bear that in mind. But the downside of that is you're going to have to put a lot of extra investment if you care about the visuals. Because Microsoft Flight Simulator looks good, but there's still a lot of development to be done. Tomcats. There's Glum Tapestry off to our left. In Bonanza, yeah. I'll be able to run a lot more. Oh, for sure. I mean, the 10, was it the 1060, 1070 that you got now? It's no slouch by any stretch, but, I mean, it's also been out a whole lot longer. My GPU's been out maybe a little over a year, and I've had it for a few months less than that, so, I mean, is what it is. Yeah, I mean, it was time for you to get an upgrade, and you found it, and you're gonna love the snot out of it. And we got, let's see, we just got the F-15. There's a T-45 due out soon. There's a Spitfire due out seemingly relatively soon. T-45. DC Designs, who put out the F-15, should be starting development on their Super Hornet. Somebody just announced, I think it was Iris Simulations announced the Legacy Hornet. So we'll have the Legacy Hornet and a Super Hornet. A lot of good stuff coming out. You have a good one, Ben McClure. And I'll have a CPU in the next one. Good idea. Did I miss Ben's message? I missed Ben's message. I am very sorry. Now I feel bad. You have a good night, Ben. Sorry I missed your message. You have a great night, and we'll catch you next time. Whether it be on stream or on Discord. We're 8.3 out. So we're gonna go down here. AP comes off. And we're just gonna go straight in. As we fly over to the city a little bit. We're going to use our trim to level us out and get the speed down. Though we may use the spoiler a little bit. Spoiler. We'll follow Commandant Muttley in. Level off a little bit, bring the nose up, getting the white arc. White arc, one notch of flaps goes down. I don't know what the gear line is. Go ahead and plop them down. We have some pretty epic landing music. It's dangerous. Yep, the arrow is out as soon as well. Of course, we still have the MB339 that's out. On a nice stable approach. I think we're a little below the glide slope, but that's okay. Yeah, because Just Flight put a really pretty nice video out for the PA-28. Aeroplane Heaven put out some nice screenshots of the progress on their Spitfire, which can't wait for that. Notch of flaps. Go ahead and put last notches of flaps in. That was weird. Flaps are down, everything's good. Got over the threshold. There's the threshold. We're being throttled to idle. We're on the center line ish. Start roll out. Ooh. Not my smoothest. That wasn't too bad. I think it was a lot. I feel like it was a little softer than 198 foot per minute, but ew. Oh, we missed that one, so we'll just go for the next one. A nice looking airport. We'll get her woed up. Park it right there. Camera need move faster. Move faster. We're missing everybody's landing. There's Greyhawk. There's Magic 888. All's gonna have a great night. Or gonna call it a night. You have a good evening, and we'll catch you on the next stream and in Discord. There's Druid in the Seminole. There's Catbat. Greyhawk's in. Biggles is off. You have a great evening. Thanks for flying along and chatting on the stream. Good to have you. And I wish you a pleasant evening as Red Dragon's in. You have a good night, Darren. Thanks for flying along. I do appreciate it. We got one more stop tonight. I know I missed a lot of landings. We have left. There's Draco in the Seminole. Got Bad Dog and Sean Legoman inbound. Very busy and really tired. Hope you had a great night. Well, glad you stopped in, Dougal. no worries. Having some rest is always important. The night's been pretty good, and I hope the rest of your evening is very relaxing. There's Caravan of Bad Dog. Technical's away. Have a good night, and thanks for the flight. Glad you could join us. Hope your night is restful, and we'll catch you on Discord and the next stream. I have a quick look at this airport because it seems very nicely done for a freeware airport. Not quite Jepson 2001 levels, but that's quite right. It's pretty nice. It's quite the terminal building, isn't it? My goodness, it's that's pretty neat. That's a pretty neat terminal building. Alright. So, we got one leg left. Ooh, talk about up close and personal. Red Dragon has to leave. Sorry to miss the final leg. Safe landings for all, and see you next time. You take care. Glad you could join us for as much as you could. You take care of yourself, and we'll catch you on Discord and in the next stream. So we're going to get rolling. Scott Voigt's in. Good to see you, my friend. We're on our final leg, getting ready for our final leg here in Poland. Outside of Warsaw, I couldn't tell you any of the names of the places we've stopped. Greyhawk's off to work. Really enjoyed the part, and many thanks, Greyhawk. I really do appreciate it. Glad you enjoyed the short time you were able to participate, and I hope you have a great work day. Browsing some 505th Six Flags so people more hours for the enemy thing. It's fair. No, I gotta get better at flying that thing before I use it on a stream, but that's coming very soon. We've had NATO to some degree chasing us, however, between Murph and another. Sounds great, Mr. Winokur. We'll discuss it post-stream. so I can get all the details. There's the ILS hold. We're just gonna make sure we've got one notch of flaps down. Oh, they're all down. So I'll put a couple up. Mixture goes to rich. And we'll be off to the races while everybody gets down to the field. We'll get in the air and do a couple of left-hand circuits. And we're up. Positive rate, tapping the brakes. Gear coming up. That's 300 feet, flaps coming up. Use power. Adjusting trim. This last leg is going to end at a very short runway, so we're going to have some fun with that. As we can see the Baltic Sea out in the distance. And just in the process of getting some rudder pedals, are the toe brakes. I would strongly suggest them. If it's not within the budget, you can deal without them as long as you have the rudder pedals. But I do. The toe brakes come in handy for when you, especially when you want to do a sharp turn. But they're not. I wouldn't call them 100% necessary, but they do have a good use to them. Not a problem. Happy to help out. Yeah, Thrustmaster makes a good HOTAS system. With everybody pretty well up now, I'm going to go ahead and hit the autopilot. Can I see you? You can't see me. I got you right off my nose. And now you're zooming to my right. Sinking my money has gone wonky outside. That says it. Yeah, I think it's an issue with the WY system. As great as it is, it has some quirks to it because it's not just the Mooney. It's done it to me in the Loco and some others. I think it's most notable on the Coronado planes because the 182 will do it. But by and large, I think it's the WY's issue. Of course, I can't say that for sure, but it's server weirdness, yeah. Look at that. Fast are we going? We need to take that down a peg or two. You don't need to go on half that. I have a bit of an eclectic taste in musics. Yeah, and that's why I like it, because it's yeah, I like having something with a bit more of a beat to it sometimes, but most of all, it's great for relaxing. Get noise. Jefferson 2001 is now following on Twitch. Many thanks, my dude. Been really enjoying Jefferson 2001's rendition of Casement Aerodrome in Ireland. It was very fantastically done. Made it to the dark side on Twitch. Oh yeah. I use Casement as the base of operation for Sky Park now. It's great. It sure is. I mean, it's a good location geographically, but the way Jefferson made it look is just phenomenal. And you know, flying between Shannon and Casement, it's just awesome. There's some basic ones, but I think there's some new. Someone's going to be making a new version of Shannon, so be on the lookout for that. Big plans for Chevin and also currently. Yeah, I'm really excited, Jepson. You do payware quality stuff. I've seen payware that's not as good as your stuff, so looking forward to it, my dude. Cannot wait. Yeah, no, and last weekend, gosh, this week's already got by. It's been, was it this past weekend or the weekend before? I don't remember. It's kind of been a blur. We did a lot of work with ATC. We got a lot of good things going for ATC at Shannon, and it's phenomenal. It's really exciting. And yeah, and so we're probably going to do some more over this weekend, and I'm really excited about it because it's nice to be able to practice ATC stuff without the stress and the extra pressure and, you know, the whole, you know, needing to know your stuff before you can even get on the network type stuff. A nice relaxed environment to practice, if anything, and that's what this community has done. It's just bring that learning environment where we can have the crack, we can have the fun, and still learn and practice and do stuff, and it's awesome. And I'm even looking into potential of at least learning ground control. It just seems like the most basic to learn. But we'll see how it goes. I got to get with some people about how to get set up and whatnot. But it's the whole thing is just amazing. Ground control to major time. I mean, for sure. Although it's funny, everybody thinks, or just was it Space Odyssey is the name of ground control to Major Tom, but then there's also the song Major Tom by somebody else in German, and it's that's random information that's part of what goes around in my head, but good song. Not that Space Odyssey isn't, but it was a thought. And then one thought connected with another thought came out the mouth. Now, even for being flat, Poland is a very beautiful place. Of course, the further south you go, the closer to the Alps and the mountains down that way. The terrain picks up. But USA PR1 is here talking about. I heard you say that a request to startup was not needed in US. I don't know much about that, but it isn't the same. Isn't in that same that year. Not really. It is, but it isn't. Because basically, I mean, the whole startup thing is, it's not something. Uh-oh. License crashing again. In a basic sense, here in the U.S., for general traffic, it's not necessary to ask for startup, especially when you're in a non-movement area. It's not a common practice over here. When you're contacting clearance to taxi, is when you're saying this is who we are, where we are, what we want to do. And whether it's we want to depart the airport and the traffic to west or whatever, or you're gonna stay in the pattern and do touch and go. I don't believe so, Draco. I don't know the full setup requirements for JoinFS or for the ATC stuff, but it does work with JoinFS. But you don't have to be running JoinFS for it to work. You don't even need the sim running for it to work, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, it's not common practice in the US for most general airports to ask for permission to start up. Yeah, the airlines do. For general aviation, it's not so much. With airlines, yeah, a lot of it also has to do with being around people like the ground workers, or blowing onto other airplanes that are at the gates. I'm by no means an expert on that. When it comes to commercial operations like passenger liners and that sort of thing, I can't speak to pretty much at all, because I know general aviation decently just because I've been around it my whole life. But as far as when I get into airlines and stuff, it's very questionable what I know, and I'm more than happy to be corrected when I am incorrect. Yeah, like just thinking back to the way things were with my grandpa, we'd get the airplane out of the hangar, we'd start it up, and we'd contact clearance, and then from there we'd get our clearance, we'd go to ground, and then we'd get our taxi instructions, we'd go to the runway, and then we'd talk to tower, and they'd clear us to take off. Yeah, no, absolutely, and it's a stepping stone. Basic stuff. Taxi. And clearances and stuff. It's basically just I'm looking to taxi, and then you get your instructions, and that's basically what clearance is as far as that goes. It's getting the permission to operate in the non outside of the non-movement areas. Yeah, but it's all very relaxed and easygoing, so there's no pressure at all, which is how we do things. So we're going to on Valley, or we'll just spawn here. Go to EPA. Flight conditions. Thank you. There's good clouds. President said the tower of the same independent break is touching doesn't. Yeah. For sure, Magic. Yeah, I will say that getting back into flight sim has reinvigorated my desire to get back into flight training, but it's still a massive cost, and I'm going to have to see where my life ends up in the near future, or I can. So, still very much up in the air, not to be funny. Man, you sneeze, you breathe on this thing, and it's. They need to fix that. That's just. That is too small. It is absolutely beautiful landscape. So our airfield is not in the dashboard. It's right in here. Ish, or in this area. It certainly is. I didn't realize that until I made the flight plan and posted the flight plan. I'm just like, well, here goes nothing. If Murph can do fly in the mountains in a Waco, I had a nickel. Nothing to fear. Murphy is here. Yes. So I'll try to descend from. I'm currently at 5,000 feet. It just disables the autopilot. Hey, look, my fans. Spoilers are in full effect. Good. 100%. We take a little hike. So we're going right down where I think that might be alley. There's the airfield. It's more of a heliport than it is an airfield. I'll be honest. Not much fun in Stalingrad, no. And there's the sea. We're gonna trim up a bit to get the nose up. Then we'll just pull on the yoke. One notch of flaps out. Still trying to lose as much altitude as possible. Time to let's see. Put another notch of flaps out. We're gonna put the gear down. It's about as long as a carrier deck. Last notch of flaps. You have a good night, Kingsman. Good having you along. You take care of yourself, and we'll see you on Discord and the next stream for sure. Allie says it wasn't too bad. Allie overestimates my ability. Yeah, she's a short runway. It's gonna be a light braking. Ooh, there's the threshold. 40 knots. Brake. Off to the right. Whoa! Is that closing? Woo! We did it, folks. And we didn't eat any dirt. Woo! It was close. It was close. But thanks for believing in me. Do appreciate it. Camera speed as Catbat's in. Speed up the camera a little bit. And probably the shortest runway we've been on in stream, my streams anyway, is open for landing. And 81 foot per minute, that's not too bad. There's Magic 888's in. Yes. Stovall and helicopter. Not meant for a Mooney. If Murph could get an F-15 down on this, I would be impressed. Very, very impressed. Spacing is key, especially at smaller airports such as this. And you're going to have a lot of planes stopping real quick. Yeah. Put the tail hook on it to use. Lottie Vendetta the Sunsetta has a quick question. There's Druid with the Seminole, followed very closely by Bad Dog in the Caravan. Uh-huh. This one? Don't see the ZFWCG section. And you don't see this? There's another Seminole Inn with Glum Tapestry and a Caravan and another Seminole. So maybe try adjusting the side width of it. Although mine just disappeared there. So maybe try adjusting the... Unless it's in the menus that I couldn't tell you. But other than that, try clicking on the sides when you get the little dual arrow, dragging it out. And it didn't work. Yeah, I don't know. If that didn't work, I don't know what to tell you. Because I just tried it and it worked. Pardon me. I swear we've got more people coming in. Oh yeah, we got more friends coming in. Glad you enjoyed it, Magic 888. We'll catch you on the next one, and on Discord. You take care of yourself, and have a good Thursday. As Draco's in with the Bonanza. There's Tortuga in what I'm assuming is the Piaggio 149 with the cloaking device. Got an F-15 circling the field. NATO has been made aware of her presence. And is patrolling the airspace. There's Sean Legoman inbound. Another quick question. Go ahead. Kebmo is much fun. Thanks for another. Glad you enjoyed it. You take care of yourself. What's your sensitivity like in your controls access? Let me get Sean Legoman in and I'll briefly show what I've got. And if you're meaning rudder and yoke, I'll definitely show that. If you're looking for a specific set of accesses, let me know. Mostly yoke, gotcha. You have a good one, Corky. Glad you came along. You take care of yourself. Glad you enjoyed it, Goblin. Glad to have you along. It looks like our F-15 friend is gonna give it a whack. Nicely done in the Mooney. Our F-15 friend, they're going to be coming in hot. If they're coming in, can't tell. Can't tell if they're going away or getting closer. I think they're getting closer. Definitely going down. Ah, yep, there they are. That's a wave off. Okay, so Lad wants to see yoke sensitivity. So we will show our yoke sensitivities. So this is what I have my yoke set at. So there's the roll and pitch. Yeah, that does sound like a bug. I don't know anything about the A320 or its systems, but if it shows up in one place and then suddenly doesn't, and it should, it's probably a bug. But I know diddly nothing about the A320, to be honest with you. I can't even get the thing to start. But there's my sensitivities for the yoke. Let me know when you got it all copied down. Okay, and then for me rudders, I've got the main axis here for left rudder, right rudder, and then toe brakes. For some reason, my rudder decides it needs about 1 million axes, so I don't know. Hopefully those help you out, though. Yeah, it can help. Not a problem. Happy I could help out. Resume. So with that, we had a great flight. We helped some folks out. We had lots of fun, even with a couple of mild sim crashes. How about that? So thank you all for stopping by the stream. Thank you all for flying along, having fun in the chat, just watching, lurking even. It's been a blast. Glad everyone seems to enjoy it. There's the F-15 for one last go. But until next time, be good to each other. Stay safe out there. And we'll catch you next time. Take care.